against Demestrio.
Yeah.
Demestrio's tapping.
Takes 4, he goes down to 1, and I'm giving him a draws to actually get himself out of this terrible situation. So that's actually why you saw Reed, Owen, and Huey thinking about the play, but they decided, all right, yeah, pull the trigger on it. I don't think it's anything. I think it might be a land.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, Scarron didn't have anything that he could cast in response to that. So it is 3-3. Both players are moving around, all 3 players are moving around and shuffling, and they are ready for their final battle.
Yeah, that's
It's
it.
the final countdown.
The final battle.
All right, so let's break down. It's not, but there are
every-
remixes of everything.
I make
You could say that was a
remixes.
mashup. How about that?
Yeah, party in the USA.
That's Miley Cyrus. I don't
Yeah.
know why she ever has to come into the conversation.
I don't know. All right. So which match you want to focus on? We didn't really see Alec Nezin play yet. We did see Reed Duke play. Saw a little bit of Owen. Maybe not William Jensen this time. Do you want to focus on Frank Scarron versus Owen?
I think I actually want to see Nezin's deck next.
Do you?
It's the
Okay,
one
that's
deck that
fine.
we haven't really seen much of.
Yeah.
I think we're going to start there with Nezin and Duke.
Okay.
We'll start at the top for you guys, and we see that Turtenwald's going to play against Scarron this round. So Turtenwald, his red-white aggro deck against Scarron's kind of slower deck. He has Frenzy Tilling. He's got Assemble the Legion. He's got Centaur Healer as kind of an early game play. Can he handle being beaten down quickly? That's the question there. You look at the Jensen versus Demestrio match. Jensen's deck is a little mid-rangey.
Okay.
Versus Demestrio's, what looks to be an aggressive black-white deck, but it's a black-white deck that does not have very much extort. We've only really seen Knight of Obligation, I believe it, a Kingpin's Pet from Joe. And then at the top, you see Nezin's playing a more controlling deck against Duke, who's playing that mid-rangey slow deck that, if it can get into late game, is able to generate some insane advantages with the power of all of his cards, including Master Pyromancer and Exo Rakdos Blood Witch. But Nezin's deck is a little more controlling. It looked like he was kind of Esper.
Yep.
So how is that going to play out? Is that going to be a grinded-out affair? That's the question.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm taking a look at Alec's deck list. Yeah, he's Esper. He's got some decent cards. He's got some tricky cards in here. He's playing Cancel. He's playing a bunch of instants. He's playing Fall of the Gavel. So those are 2 counter spells you don't really see too often. Right, Cedric? With Cancel and Fall of the Gavel?
Yeah.
Not too often?
But I think, the thing that's interesting about this format is that a lot of people actually like counterspells in this format.
I like counter spells in the
Yeah.
format. Yeah, people in Return to Ravnica really like this spell a lot.
Yep.
A Syncopate is always a solid counter spell.
Yep.
Cancel, even Cancel, they're all solid counter spells.
So you see both players underway here. You see a couple lands here for Reed, and this is how a lot of Reed's games play out. You see 3 mana, you see a Clue Stone, he passes the turn back. He's just trying to get his mana online. Nezin's trying to do the same thing, but Nezin has all 3 colors now. He's got a Kingpin Spet, so now he's going to be a little bit ahead on the damage race here, because again, we saw Reed draft his deck, we saw Reed build his deck. He does not have a ton of removal.
Yeah.
What he does have here is he does have
4/4
Exava, the Rakdos Blood Wish. He's going to unleash this, so 4/4 first strike haste. This creature, Gerard, is borderline impossible to block.
Yeah, this card is very good. And each other creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has haste. So if Reed were to play any other Blood Rush guys, all those guys are going to have haste as well. So this is a pretty exciting game. Nezin had a nice draw too with Island Swamp Plains Kingpin's Pet.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a good start, having all his mana online. There's a Plains. Here comes the Kingpin's Pet in for 2. Let's see if we're going to see a Drain. Yeah, we see Cellar Songbirds. I think we might see an Extort here as well. We may not. Okay, so what you see here is either A, he missed the Extort trigger, or B, he's representing Smite.
I think he missed it because the way he motions with his hand. So I'm almost certain Nezin does not have the Smite here.
Okay. Ivy Lane Denizen, and he does just pass the turn back. What if Nezin's on the full bluff?
Yeah, maybe it's the full bluff. Let's see if he actually has Smite in his deck. Oh, he has 2 Smites.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe not then.
All right. So here's a.
Man, I would have got bluffed out.
Yeah. So here's a Sin Collector, and now that's going to take a look at Duke's hand. You see the Toil Trouble, you see the Down and Dirty, you see the Rollback Rhino, and the Horn Caller's Chant. So plenty of good targets there for Sin Collector, a card that I'm not surprised to see this one be too good, honestly.
What do you think it would take here?
I like taking Toil Trouble. I think we're a little far away from Down and Dirty being a great card. We're super far away from Horn Caller's Chant being a great card. And of course, you can't take the Rhino. So give me Toil Trouble. I don't want my opponent to draw any cards. Just make him live off the top of his deck if I'm Alec.
Yeah, okay, I kind of like it as well. Just take the Toil and Trouble, get it out of the picture, but instead, Down and dirty.
Reaching.
Maybe.
He doesn't want Reed to get too down and dirty. Maybe his thought here is that, all right, if he's going to cast Toil, he's going to deal 2 damage to himself. Yes, he's going to get 2 cards, but I actually like my opportunity to win a race here because I have a Kingpin's Pet, I've got the Bird from Cellar of Songbirds, and I've got Extort.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe Nezin has really good cards in his hand and doesn't want to have to discard them from the down and dirty.
Sure.
So that's another option. All right, so this game is pretty exciting. And remember now, this is it. This is just best 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
First team to 5 wins. Each team has 3. Is down to the wire.
Now here's your Rhino. Here's your +1/+1 counter on the Rhino. And that Rhino actually right now does have haste because of Ezva.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Does.
Do you think it'll just get in with the hexproof guy? Rollback Rhino because
it's a 4/5.
it just can't get smited.
Yeah. So your smite plan, that goes up in smoke, Alec. Messick, you're going to have to take 5 as he's going to untap. He's going to draw a card.
Nezin?
It feels like to me
What?
the race is on.
Yeah, the race could be on. You know, Nezin has a couple of flyers. He also has an extort creature that he could use to kind of swing the race more in his favor.
He's got some nice cards to jump block with too if it is going to be a race. And you see the Cellar of Songbirds, that card stanks.
Also,
He's ready to block.
I mean, also Sync Collector. That doesn't have a really good body. Maybe they could just gang block a 3/3 or something.
Yeah.
Why not? Better than just sitting there doing nothing.
Yep.
So let's see what happens.
Yeah, we shall.
This would be a sick comeback, right? You're down 0-3, and you just come back and you win.
I've seen some things, my friend. We've seen some comebacks in my day.
Yeah.
He's going to tap some mana here. Now here's an Orzhov Charm plus a... Alright, so he's going to see an Orzhov Charm plus a Extort. He's going to take care of the Ivy Lane Denizen. Ezva can't block. And you see how Nezin has separated his creatures there at the top?
Yeah.
He's got the Sin Collector. He's got the Kingpin's Pet, the Bird. He's ready to get in for 5 here.
Okay.
So now he's really racing, dude. 5 plus the Extort trigger is going to bring Reed down to 8 now.
Okay, so we're going to go down to 8. Nezin's at 11 because of the Orzhov Charm.
Yep.
Yeah, Orzhov Charm is a sick card, but again, there is a slight drawback to it.
There is some cost associated to it, that's
Yeah.
for sure. And if both players get their life totals separated out, Nezin is going to pass the turn back, still representing Smite. Has never cast that Smite yet. He's been holding on to it, or at least bluffing it the entire game. As Reed draws his card for the turn, let's see if Ezva is going to actually come in ever. Does Reed actually believe in that? We looked again at Nezin's deck list. He does have 2 Smites. Doesn't mean he has them in hand. Maybe he's doing an insane job at bluffing them.
All right, so Reed Duke is weighing all his options. He doesn't want to blow for his team. He doesn't want to blow for himself. He doesn't want to blow for everybody who actually tweeted at us and said they wanted to watch Reed Duke draft. So he's trying to do the best job he could. It's late, he's tired, but he has to stay focused and try to take home the trophy.
That's right. You got to earn it. We're 73 minutes into the match. I mean, players are actually playing at a pretty healthy pace given the circumstances here. As you see Turtenwald kind of glooming in here, saying, Reed's going, I got a pretty tough decision to make. You want to help me out, former player of the year? Well,
sure.
Says, I guess I don't mind.
Why not, right? All right, so they're just doing some math, saying, hey, you know, I think if I do this, he's going to swim back with that. That's the whole thing. We saw that on camera before. People get just too anxious. They make this attack. All of a sudden, their opponent just untaps, attacks all their guys. They're not really expecting it, and they lose the game.
Yeah.
You know, that happens. You want to make sure you're not making any mistakes.
Yeah. Don't get overconfident, especially when you have 2 players to help you.
Yeah.
And 2 pretty darn good ones on both sides. You know, if Ness needed a little help from Scared and Demestro, I think he'd probably take their advice. Same thing he's had for Reed here from Turtenwald and Jensen.
Yeah. That's definitely a good analysis there. So, does Duke have any good attacks whatsoever?
I mean, the Rhino attack is certainly legitimate, just because, you know, it can't die to Smite, which is why we saw it last year, and also it's going to keep the pressure on Nezin. You know, I don't think that Nezin has any good blocks. I mean, he can chump block or he can just take the damage.
Okay.
You know, and if he takes the damage, he's going to go down to 7. But now you see Reed's going to tap a lot of mana. Okay, here we go.
What's
He's
it going to
come
be?
to this decision. All right, so it's Toil Trouble.
All right, so he's doing both sides.
We'll figure out what all the targets are for here.
Yeah. I mean, Duke could target himself and draw 2. He could then target Nezin
With the Trouble.
with a trouble
Yeah.
and you know, deal some damage. Maybe he wants to throw everything at Nezin.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like this is a. To me, for some reason, it feels like Total Trouble is just targeting Nezin here.
Yeah.
Well, just both halves. The fuse. It's like it's all going up there.
All right. So we're waiting confirmation here. Is this going to be resolved? Does any player have an effect?
So he's going to draw 2 and then take a bunch. So he takes 2 from Toil, and they're both at Alex. So he's going to take a bunch of damage here, and now you're going to see a Zorius Charm.
Okay.
Looks like he's going to put, so he's going to put Exo back on top of the deck. He's going to chump block here. That's a pretty timely Zorius Charm, you ask me.
Yep, definitely.
He wasn't able to extort because his mana was blue, white, blue. But now you see the Rhino, after damage does resolve with the Total Trouble on the Rhino, Nezin down at 4. And he knows that Ezva is coming off the top of the deck, so he, of course, doesn't want to make the mistake of, there's a haster coming.
Yeah.
And it's a 4-power haster, too, with me at 4 life.
Okay. So update on the match. It looks like Scarron is up a game against Turnable.
Yeah, and we see Jensen is up a game against Demestrio, so these players are playing fast and furious. I can't wait to see. This is definitely going to come down to the 9th match. It's not even close.
Yeah, it really is. It's probably going to be redo because he normally plays pretty slow.
Yeah, it's definitely going to come down to the 9th match for sure.
Yeah, all comes down to the 9th match.
5 of these 6 players are playing the Pro Tour in 2 weeks. And I mean, it's still, like hilarious or whatever to me that the one player who's not playing is like almost certainly going to the Hall of Fame the next time there's a vote. It's crazy the skill level of these players here. So you're going to see a Kieran coming to play an Extort trigger. That's going to go up to 5. Duke going to go down to 7. He's being a little bit careful with his attacks here, so he's going to come across with a Sin Collector and the Kingpin's Pet. Going to bring Duke down, looks like to 3, even though he's being rather cautious about it. So Duke goes down to 3. And doesn't look like he's going to pass the turn back.
All right. And Duke's going to untap?
No, he's still repping here.
What is he repping?
Smite.
Smite. Oh, yeah, he is.
The entire time. He still hasn't cast it yet.
Yeah, the whole entire game. And he does not have Smite in his hand, correct?
We're not sure. I mean,
we're not sure.
We don't have a good look at his hand as there's Ezva.
Okay. I mean, we know he has 2 in his deck.
Yes.
Does he have any in his hand? We don't know. Reed's not too sure either. Reed thinks maybe.
Okay, so Exva comes in. It doesn't get unleashed, and he doesn't attack with it. So Nezin, is he going to block here? Okay, so he is going to block.
He does block, all right.
So Nezin quickly attacks. He draws his card. He attacks with Kingspin's Pet. And now he's going to play Skyline Predator, and he's going to extort for 1.
Sure. There it is.
Cast it, play it, lock it in, extort it. All right. Reed makes him just go through the motions there, which is smart in case he does make a mistake because he's kind of shortcutting. And Reed says, "If you're going to do it, do it all the way." So Nezin is going to be up a game here. So Nezin and Scarron up 1, Jensen up 1. We'll cut over another match. I think we're going to go down to Jensen and Demestrio here as the opening turns of their game are underway. You see Turtonwall and Scarron shuffling up here for game number 2. Huey has a Croconora in play. You see on Demestrio's side, he has the old 1-3 with a story to tell.
Yeah, he does have a story to tell. Out of Dragon Maze, I like to call it the Black Augur of Bolas. Why not? But the real name is the Bane Alley Blackguard. So just 2 mana 1-3. Yeah, nothing too great. But there's a 3 mana 1-3 that gets a lot bigger.
Yeah.
There's a Croconora.
And there's a card that I know this is gonna hurt you. A card that's better than Croconora. Sorry, man.
Which
Night of
card?
Obligation is better.
Oh
than
yeah,
Croconora.
it is. Yeah,
Right.
Night of Obligation, definitely a powerhouse card.
But Splatter Thug's the best card ever. So
No, it's not.
It's better than everything
Splatter
that's on
Thug
the board.
cannot get through that Night of Obligation.
So Splatter Thug comes into play, Unleash. Croconora evolves up to a 2/4. And we'll see what Demestrio is going to come up with this turn as he is down a game, back against the wall. Can't afford to lose another one because then it puts the entire match in the hands of Nezin and Scarron, which, to be fair, pretty good hands to be in.
Yeah, sure. I mean, again, this is only the 2nd set of matches. I apologize, this is the 3rd set of matches.
So there is the Jailbreaker and the Extort trigger.
Sure.
So Demestrio is just trying to build a board here. Huey does have the mana that he needs to be able to keep facilitating this game. He's got a pretty decent board. We'll see. He's had species boards here every time we've tuned in with 5 mana.
Definitely. It looked like Owen reached over there. Maybe looked at a deck box or something.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of help.
Yeah, maybe help right there. Yeah. So this is really crucial here. All comes down to pretty much this. Demestrio, Jensen, Scarron, Turdenwall, and then finally Alec Nezin and Reed Duke. So what can Jensen be thinking about right now? He's thinking, all right, how can I develop my board? What game plan is going to happen? How can I actually win this game, right?
So there's his 5th land. So let's see what Huey's come up with this turn. He's going to play a spell. It's another Splatter Thug. We'll see if he's going to unleash or not. And he is going to unleash, which means Croconaur is moving on up. It's going to be a 3-5 now. So you see 2-3-3 first strike from Jensen that can block, a 3-5 Croconaur from Jensen that can block. As Demetrio is going to untap, he's going to draw his card. Again, Demetrio's kind of gummed up the board in such a way that Huey doesn't have very good attacks. He's got the 2-4 Knight of Obligation. He has the 4-4 Ogre Jailbreaker. You know, so no real good attacks from any of Jensen's creatures, even though his army is pretty sizable right now. The toughness on Demetrio's side is really making things difficult for Jensen.
Yes. So Demetrio's starting to tap some lands. Let's see what he wants to do here. He's looking at Jensen's creatures. I'm not too sure why. Normally, if you're looking at your opponent's creatures, just because you have a removal spell.
Yeah.
But there's not really a creature you want to remove. Maybe the Croconaura?
Yeah, I mean, you could remove the Croconaur and get yourself in a bit of a race situation here, especially when one of your creatures does have Vigilance. But he is just going to play the Spy here. We'll see who he's going to target.
He's probably going to target Jensen, I'm guessing, right?
I mean, we've seen the Spy target, you know, you can target yourself with the Spy.
Sure.
If you turn, see a Gruul Rage Beast. Oh, wow, here we go. Frostburn Weird. A Keyrune.
All right, finally hits a land.
Okay. So that's a pretty gosh darn good Blade Spy there. Wow.
And he'll extort for 1 there because the Knight of Obligation's ability.
Yep.
I think Joe Demetrio was just doing a card count just to make sure he had the right amount of cards. So Jensen untaps. Jensen will... Well, he's going for his draw step. He's just checking his graveyard, I guess.
Yeah, see some of the cards that was turned over by the Bloodstream Spy. A little bit of frustration there. Probably his best card in his deck, the Gruul Rage Beast, got turned over. Maybe that was part of his plan, as you know, craft a game state, play this thing, and then really start blowing up some of these threats that are kind of annoying that I can't get through. But now here comes Splatter Thugs, so this is pretty telling here. And those Splatter Thugs weren't able to attack the previous turn, but now Jensen is more than willing to get in with them now. So let's see what trick he has up his sleeve, if he does have any. So you're going to see this getting in the way. But now you're going to see Huey with the trick there to take
+1, +0 first strike if you wanted to overload it.
Yep, it takes care of the Jailbreaker with a Weapon Surge.
Yes, exactly. Weapon Surge right there. So let's see.
Actually, wonder if Demetrio knew that he had that in his deck from the previous game.
Maybe. So Jensen got left open 4 mana. What do you think he's going to do with this 4 mana here?
Yeah, I don't really think too much. You know, I don't think he's like kind of representing anything. I think his attack was basically, you know, if you block, you know, the Jailbreaker on my Splatter Thug and the Knight of Obligation, my other one, you know, I overload the Weapon Surge. I completely blow you out in combat. Your best 2 creatures are off the board, and I'm feeling pretty good about myself. So it doesn't mean he has to have anything. I mean, if anything, Gerard, he could be having color issues because he only has 1 forest and 1 island.
But why would he not overload just to deal an extra point of damage?
Just to get the extra point of damage in? That's a good question.
You know, it really shows that he's going to have some.
Yeah, okay.
There it is.
So there it is. I was going to say, we saw Syncopate earlier.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and so Syncopate's going to take care of the Underworld connections here. As we do have a quick update, Scarron and Turtenwald are going to be moving on to Game 3 here, so with any luck, we'll be able to cut over to that. But this game is pretty good right now.
Definitely.
Moving into the mid to late game here, a pretty darn good Syncopate there on what is arguably Demetrio's first or second best card in his deck.
Definitely,
in Underworld Connection.
Yeah, it's an Angelic Skirmisher and Underworld Connection. It's kind of like the 1-2 punch.
Yep.
And he can't even cast the Angelic Skirmisher right now, the way it is.
Huge tapping that very good here. And so in comes to play the red Maze creature in Maze Rusher. This has haste. It's a 6/3. And again, not a lot of good blocks here for Demetrio.
No, it's... What can he really do? He's going to put the Knight of Obligation...
Is he going to double block
there?
Yep.
I think he has to double block there.
Because he has to get the Maze Rusher off the table. So Maze Rusher...
7 damage he's taken?
Yeah, I mean, that's a 2-for-1 there for Maze Rusher. Don't forget, of course, that Croconaur was evolved because of Maze Rusher as well.
Of course.
So that's a 4/7 right now. 7 damage, as you said, did come through. So now it's a battle of Splatter Thug, and a large Croconaur against just a Knight of Obligation and the cards that are in Demetrio's hand. And none of them look all that impressive right now to me, Gerard. Yeah. And if he does have Angelic Skirmisher, he needs the planes, and he needs it now. Yeah,
this game is looking pretty good for Jensen right here. And Demetrio looks to have a handful of white cards, right?
He has the Skirmisher in his hand.
He does? Okay.
Yep. And so now he's thinking about casting Fencing Ace, but you see Scarron saying, hold on a second. I know you got a plan, but let's just wait just a minute.
Yeah. All right, right. So what will he go with? He will go with the Fencing Ace, and he's going to extort.
Yep.
All right. So what's the follow-up?
Deviant Glee and extort.
And extort. Okay. So maybe Demetrio thinks that he could actually outrace Jensen?
So it's either a matter of outracing or Deviant Glee is going to give this guy +2/+1, which means that he can actually just trade for one of these Splatter Thugs. Fencing Ace being a 3/2 first striker right now, maybe he's more concerned with just being able to trade with the one Splatter Thug, not have obligation in front of the other Splatter Thug, take 4 from the Krakenora.
Sure.
And hope that Jensen's hand is kind of weak.
2 for 1 himself?
Yeah, I don't love it.
Yeah, I don't love it either.
I don't love it, but you got to do what you got to do trying to win.
Yeah. Maybe he's just trying to buy time until he draws a planes for the Angelic Skirmisher. Yes, he doesn't block.
Okay, yes, so he doesn't block.
Yeah, I think his plan is just to go for it. But Jensen's dropping something else.
6 mana.
There it is.
So now he's got the blue maze creature there.
The
and
maze glider. Yeah, 3/5 flyer.
Yep.
So really, really important. Although the maze glider doesn't help out anything in Jensen's board as of now.
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt to have a 3/5 flyer out there.
3/5 flyer, solid body for sure.
And I don't think Demetrio drew the planes here because now you see he slowed down dramatically this turn. And I think if he had the planes, he would have slammed it down as his draw step looks like it was an eye in the sky.
Oh, wow.
And now we have an update here for you. Alec Nezin does win 2-0. I think Alec Nezin 3-0, 6-0 this. Is that what happened here?
Yeah, pretty much.
So he beats Reduke in 2 rather quick games. So now Nezin, Scaran, and Demetrio are up 4-3.
Yeah, so it pretty much all comes down to this and Turtle Walls match. If possible, maybe we can take a look at Turtle Walls match really quick. This game does look very good for Jensen.
It's certainly looking in Jensen's favor here. Maybe we do a quick peek.
Yeah, just a quick peek.
Yeah.
All right, so it's still early in the game, so we're probably gonna have time to switch back for that because we want to make sure we guys give you all the updates. We want to show you the final game, which looks to be between Frank Scaran and Owen Turnewall.
Yeah, you see the two Knights of Vigilance there. Looks like a Night Watch resolved in that game. You see on Turnewall's side, he's attacking there with the Steeple Rock, the 3/1 first striker flyer.
Yep.
He's tapping some mana on his turn, so maybe he has another Steeple Rock. But you see him casting a spell.
Oh, it's a Goblin Rally.
No, it looks like a Night Watch on his
wow.
end as well.
Okay, Night Watch in his game.
So we'll cut back to that game in just a second.
Sure.
We're going to keep our focus here on Demetrio and Jensen because this game does look pretty close, and you can definitely see Demetrio trying to figure something out right now.
He's trying to. I mean, Demetrio's only on 8 life, and he's facing down a Splatter Thug, Krakenora, and the
Maze Glider.
The Maze Glider, yeah. So it's Demetrio's in a rough spot.
Yeah.
So 4-3 right now. It's the team which team gets to 5 first.
Yep.
So pretty much best of 9.
So Nezin just needs to finish up. You know, Nezin's already done his job.
Yes.
So now it's up to Demetrio to try to get this game and see if he can push it over to a game with Jensen. As Jensen is just taking a look right now at his hand. He's taking his time because he knows that he's in a favorable position, but at the same time, he needs to make sure that he doesn't run into any traps right now. You know, he's definitely favored in this position, but by no means does he need to rush anything. Because one thing you have to keep in mind as well is you saw the previous turn, you saw Demetrio play a Fencing Ace, drain, play the Deviant Glee, drain, and then when Huey attacked, he didn't block with it. So if you're Huey and you know about the Angelic Skirmisher, you have to think to yourself, okay, maybe that's what he's trying to set up, but at the same time, I don't want to run into some trick that just absolutely ruins me. I can't let that happen. And now you see him talking with Reed. He wants to make sure that he knows what he wants to do this turn.
Exactly. Definitely a tough board. You know, Demetrio is on 8 life.
Yep.
Like you're saying, so.
I mean, you can look at Huey right now. You know, it's his turn. It really feels like, to me, he's thinking to himself, I just kind of want to attack everything.
Yeah.
Yep. And so here they come. And basically make Joe have it, whatever it is. And again, we can't see Huey's hand. So we don't know what he has, and we're seeing Eyes in the Sky here and an Extort. So Demetrio is going to get 2 1/1 birds. If you're Huey, it's probably a bit of a sigh of relief because those birds aren't very good in this combat.
I mean, all those birds are going to do a chump block.
Yeah.
Joe really has no good blocks here.
Yeah, these blocks are not great.
All right, so as you can see, those bird tokens come into play.
Now you see Demetrio trying to figure things out right now. And the other thing that's difficult here, again, is you have to worry about so many different things from Huey. He's got red, blue, and green mana, you know, Blood Rush, you know, any of the common pump spells, Giant Growth, what have you. You got a lot of things to think about right now.
Okay. Do you think the Demetrio's ever thinking maybe he could crack back with the fencing ace and try to steal this game out of the
Yeah, I mean, he wants to be able to do that. That's why he didn't block with the previous turn, you know? Because he wants to set it up with the skirmisher, with the life link, to gain himself 6 life back, or potentially vigilance as well. But he just can't get to that point because he doesn't have the second white land. So now you're going to see the bird get in front of the maze glide. You see Knight of Obligation get in front of the Splatter Thug. You see the bird token get in front of the 4/7 Croconaur. Splatter Thug is going to come through. It's going to deal Demetrio 3. Going to put him down to 6, it looks like. And after the dust clears, as you said, those birds are going to use as chump blockers. And we'll see if Jensen has anything to do in the second main phase. He doesn't. He just passes it back. Demetrio draws a card. And it's a swamp.
Oh, wow. Not what he wanted.
No.
He really wanted a plains or a spell that would have a big impact on the board.
He needs, the only way for him to get out of this situation was playing Skirmisher. You see him shrugging his shoulders, basically saying, guys, I'm trying, but I don't think there's anything I can do. You know, he's gonna play that creature there and he's gonna extort. So, you know, as much as he would like it to be useful, but he's coming in. Oh my goodness.
That's it. And Demetrio takes the match because of the extort.
He wins the game?
Yeah, he won the game because he went for it. Huey just had nothing.
Oh my god, I'm stunned.
All right. So we're back.
I think Demetrio wins that game.
It's 1-1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Demetrio wins
yeah,
that game.
yeah.
We have it correct there. Demetrio wins that game
Yeah.
instead of Jensen. Wow.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
Jensen just has nothing there?
Yeah, he just had nothing. He went for the attack.
I wonder, did he have to make the attack like that on his turn?
That's exactly what I suggested. I said, you know, he's trying to go with the fencing ace, deal the 6 damage because double strike, and the extort did the last point of damage.
Wow.
Crazy.
All right, so we're going to cut over this game here. I thought Jensen had that game wrapped up with Demetrio's body language. He kept shrugging his shoulders. I didn't know it was a shrug my shoulders, go for it.
No.
I thought it was a shrug my shoulders, guys, I'm trying. I didn't draw the planes, I lost. But now we're going to have a game 3 between Demetrio and Jensen as we cut into Turtenwald and Scarron. You see on Turtenwald's side, the 4 Goblin tokens from Gala Rally. You see a 2/2 Knight with Vigilance in play. Scarron's side as Turtenwald's on the initiative here. Scarron's side, he has the Boros Key Rune. He's got a Cluestone in play, Swift Justice in his graveyard. Just a couple of cards in his hand, so maybe Scarron had to mulligan a couple times this game?
Yeah, let's. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of lands, but not much going on. It doesn't look like he has
6,
he's
8,
2
9,
cards
11.
in his hand?
So he has 11. 7, 8. I don't know. Yeah, I think probably Frank must have mulliganed at least once.
All right, so
Oh, it was that card that I saw in his hand. Remember?
oh yeah, so this is the Gate Crash card that does not
defense.
see
Yeah,
a lot of play at all.
+3/+0, first strike for 1 mana.
Yep.
So kind of the red smite.
I mean, that's one way to look at Furious Resistance. I don't want to compare it to Smite, or even put it in the same conversation as Smite.
No? Okay.
But I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
So Furious Resistance, you know, the thing that's kind of nice about that card is that it's a trick that people don't play around. So you can't kind of catch somebody off guard. It's certainly not a premier trick in this format, but it's something. And as you said, Scarron knew that his deck wasn't very good, so he was kind of reaching for playables. Had to play Furious Resistance, but it wasn't terrible there, as Turtenwald on his turn played a Vassal Soul and passed back. Frank cracks his Cluestone, nothing happening, passes the turn back. Turtenwald quickly draws some cards. Looks like he's got a handful of lands right now.
Yeah, just 3 lands.
Goblin Rally trying to take it home. Token goes down, hits across for 5 damage, going to bring Scarron down to 6, and yeah, just 3 lands for Turtenwald. So it's this Vassal Soul and those goblins are bust, and Scarron looking at this pretty faint army saying, can I draw something that does something, please?
Yeah, game 3, Scarron and Turtenwald here. Another land. What does Scarron need here, Cedric? What do you think? Anything?
A card like Assembled Legion right now isn't even very good, which is kind of crazy to say. You know, I don't know if he has anything like a Guardian of the Guild pack in his deck to be able to block multiple things to be able to take over a game, but he needs just creatures to be able to block, and he doesn't have it right now. So Turtenwald draws this card. He sends in again after he draws what looks to be another land. Boros Key Rune is going to take care of a Goblin, but Scarron's going to go down to 2 as Turtenwald is flooding very badly right now. And what can Scarron draw?
Turtenwald is weighing his options here. He got Scarron down to 2.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
with the Vassal, it's lethal next turn.
Yeah, I mean, you see Turtenwald kind of tanking a little bit here. It makes you wonder if this is just a pure bluff, because it kind of feels that way. I think he drew another land. He just has passed the turn back. So yeah, last turn we saw we saw Owen play a land very quickly. This turn we don't see him. Now he's consulting with Huey. Okay, so it is a spell. He's reaching for mana, and it's a volatile rig.
Wow, okay.
Wow, okay, so we'll bring volatile rig up on the screen for you guys because, I mean, aptly named card. If things go, I guess you could say in Turtenwald's favor or not in Scaren's favor.
Sure.
With Scaren being at 2, volatile rig, if the coin flips go the way that Owen wants them to go, then the game is just going to end.
Okay, so Scaren drew something here.
He draws a man. That's a really good draw on Thrashing Mossdog if the volatile rig wasn't there. So now, I don't think there's anything that Scaren can do, right? Because the volatile rig and the rest of the guys are going to have cross. Mossdog's going to get in front of the Vassal Soul, but this will make it really easy for Turtenwald as he's going to show his last card. Turtenwald does win the game off of the back of the volatile rig and the Viashino, and so now we're going to come back to Demestrio and Jensen because I told you it was going to be 5, and so it has to be 5.
Of course.
4-4. We cut in here. We see Splatter Thug. We see Zarichi Tiger. Splatter Thug. Pension's gonna untap. We'll get our life totals updated for you guys. It's time to battle. It's time to battle here.
Yeah. This comes all down to this right
here.
here.
16-20 is the life totals. Jensen's ahead on the damage range. Jensen's ahead on the board.
We'll see how it goes here. Joe Demestrio with the Zarichi Tiger. He's at 16 life. William Jensen's still at 20 life right here.
So you see Jensen's board right now of the Splatter Thug and the Feral Animalist.
Yep.
The creature that can pump its power multiple times given enough mana versus Demestrio's. Excuse me, Zarichi Tiger.
Let's see what William Jensen decides to do here. You know, do you think this Zarichi Tiger is going to be a problem?
No, I really don't. Like, I think that Huey's pressure right now is pretty good. I think what Huey's weighing his options right now are, all right, do I want to summon the Feral Animalist and offer up a trade? And that's exactly what he's going to do, and see if Demestrio is going to take the trade. Alternatively, you know, his thought is, you know, if he does block, am I cool with pumping? You know, am I cool with committing my mana this turn? So what he's going to do here, you see, is he's going to use the Blood Rush on the Swine, give his guy +5/+4 because he wants the Animalist in play. But what you see there, Gerard, is no 5th land from Jensen.
Okay. Yeah, so, which means Jensen has, you know, probably a stacked hand, which is fine.
He's got spells.
If you're just stalling lands, 4 is the number you want to stall on.
Yeah. So now you see Nezin and Scaren there in the background trying to help Demestrio figure out what his best lines of play are here. It's basically going to be a 3-headed giant on both sides of the table now.
Yes.
It's Demestrio. It's considered options, and this is something that, you know, when we had AJ in the booth, we talked about a little bit, but now it's the information game where, you know, how loud do you want to talk? How much information do you want to give away? Are they telling the truth or are they lying? As you see that the 3 of Nezin, Scaren, and Demestrio come to the decision of playing the Rakdos Drake, and it's not going to be unleashed. Yep. So now Huey draws a card. Kind of looks at that one twice.
Yeah, it's just a 1/2 flyer because he just wants to trade with Huey's guy.
Yeah.
You see Owen, you see Reed in the background, giving some head nods.
Yeah.
Match is crazy. You know, 4-4. All comes down to this.
4-4, both players stuck on 4 lands. Why would it be any other way? So now Huey's going to play. Oh,
Hands of Binding.
Ugh.
All right, that's really good for him.
So Hands of Binding is going to take care. Oh man, that's a really good Hands of Binding. It's going to take care of the Rakdos Drake. In comes Huey with the Splatter Thug and with the Feral Animalist. Demestrio is at 8 life now.
Just approaching our 100th minute of this match.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy to think about it like that.
So Demestrio draws his 5th land, puts a Swamp into play. Access to 2 white and 3 black, so let's see what he can come up with this turn. The tough thing about, you know, the thing with Hands of Binding previously is that in the previous format, there weren't a lot of good things to actually put it on. When you look at a card like Splatter Thug, though, you're looking at a 3/3 first striker. You know, your choice is, all right, if I let that through, he's going to tap my guy. If I don't let that through, then my guy's probably going to die in combat.
Sure.
Especially when your opponent has green and red mana in their deck. I mean, access to Blood Rush cards. It's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation.
Okay, makes perfect sense. So Jensen now is playing his options. And he's going to come in with both of these guys. Demestrio just at 8 life. Ooh, there's an Eyes in the Skies. So he'll make 2 tokens right here. 2 1/1 flyers. I'm sure he'll be looking to trade with at least one of Williams' creatures. Oh, no, this is going to be before blocks. Maybe the Eyes guys might not resolve yet. Maybe it's a syncopate. So Demetrio went for an Eyes in the Skies.
Yeah.
He immediately tried to put 2 tokens into play. Williams just said, no, take them back.
He slowed him down real quick,
You know,
didn't he?
do you think Williams Jensen has a syncopate?
I mean, I think he has the potential. I don't think he would think this through if he didn't have syncopate, right?
Okay.
You know, the question is, do I want to actually use syncopate on this?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he wants to do. I think he wants to just keep pushing through
Yeah,
damage. So there's
there
your
it is.
syncopate for 2. Counter that. Get myself in 3, 4, 5 more points of damage. Tap your guy again with Hands of Binding from the Cipher. Pass the turn back.
All right. Demetrio down to 3 life.
And the reason you see Huey ask himself that question is because what if he has Angelic Skirmisher right now?
There it is. Wow,
there it
land
is.
and the Skirmisher. All right. Does Williams Jensen have anything for this?
That I think is what he was talking about with Reed, knowing it's like Skirmisher is his best card in his deck, and it's his best card in the
Slow
situation.
peel.
Yeah, so
It looks like something good.
I think it was pretty good. I don't think you get that reaction if it was bad.
Yeah, exactly. Owen gave a little smile right there. Let's see. Williams saying, "Hey, you know, should I go for it?" He's tapping some mana.
I mean, he's working with perfect information right now with Skirmisher versus, and Huey's going to play a Pursuit of Flight.
Wow.
Yeah, he's not wrong. That's a good draw.
Yeah, it really is.
And he doesn't even have to give it. He doesn't have to give it flying now either. Wow, that was a pretty good draw. And I think what he's going to do is say go to combat.
Yep. Demetrio's going to say lifelink.
Yeah.
Jensen's going to say, "Okay, I'll only attack with my Splatter Thug."
If he
I'm
says,
gonna have a chump block.
Yeah, if he says first strike, Demetrio says, Jensen says, all right, attack with both my guys. Because first strike, if he announces first strike with the Skirmisher,
What did he announce? No, he said lifelink.
He announces lifelink.
Yeah.
I mean, lifelink doesn't accomplish anything.
Oh,
right
yeah, it
now.
doesn't. Well, I mean, he still has a chump block.
So he announces lifelink here with the Skirmisher, so he has to actually put the Skirmisher in front.
Oh yeah, he loses.
So yeah, first strike.
Yeah, he needed a chump
Yeah,
block either way.
yeah, I don't think he saw.
Okay.
So there are your champions, William Jensen, Reed Duke, and Owen Turnwald, and they are going
Awesome.
crazy.
Yeah, awesome.